A total of 75 teams entered the 1970 FIFA World Cup qualification rounds, competing for a total of 16 spots in the final tournament. Hosts Mexico and defending champions England qualified automatically, leaving 14 spots open for competition. For the first time, the winners of both the African zone and the Asian and Oceanian zone were guaranteed a direct place in the final tournament. The 16 spots available in the 1970 World Cup would be distributed among the continental zones as follows: Europe 9 places, one of them went to automatic qualifier England, while the other 8 places were contested by 29 teams. South America, 3 places, contested by 10 teams. North, Central America and Caribbean, 2 places, one of them went to automatic qualifier Mexico, while the other 1 place was contested by 13 teams. Africa, 1 place, contested by 13 teams. Asia and Oceania, 1 place, contested by 7 teams. A total of 68 teams played in at least 1 qualifying match. A total of 172 qualifying matches were played, and 542 goals were scored. Listed below are the dates and results of the qualification rounds. Key teams highlighted in green qualified for the finals. Teams highlighted in red in the same table finished level on points and advanced to a play-off on neutral ground. Qualified teams. Europe. 30 teams competing for 8 berths. FIFA rejected the entry of Albania and both Iceland and Malta withdrew before draw. The remaining 29 teams were divided into 8 groups of 3 or 4 teams each. The teams played against each other on a home and away basis. The group winners would qualify. South America, the 10 teams were divided into 3 groups. 2 groups with 3 teams and 1 group with 4 teams. The teams played against each other on a home and away basis. The group winners would qualify. Group 1 equals. Peru qualified. This has been to date the only time that Argentina failed to qualify. Group 2 equals. Brazil qualified. Group 3 equals. Uruguay qualified. North, Central America and Caribbean, FIFA rejected the entry of Cuba. There would be 3 rounds of play. First round, the remaining 12 teams were divided into 4 groups of 3 teams each. The teams played against each other on a home and away basis. The group winners would advance to the semi-final round. Semi-final round, the 4 teams were paired up to play knockout matches on a home and away basis. The winners would advance to the final round. Final round, the 2 teams played against each other on a home and away basis. The winner would qualify. First round equals. Group 1. United States advanced to the semi-final round. Group 2. Haiti advanced to the semi-final round. Group 3. Honduras advanced to the semi-final round. Group 4. El Salvador advanced to the semi-final round. Semi-final round equals. Group 1. Haiti advanced to the final round. Group 2. El Salvador and Honduras finished level on points, and a playoff on neutral ground was played to decide who would advance to the final round. El Salvador advanced to the final round. Additionally, these matches featured prominently in the football war. Final round equals. El Salvador and Haiti finished level on points, and a playoff on neutral ground was played to decide who would qualify. El Salvador qualified. Africa, FIFA rejected the entries of Guinea and Democratic Republic of the Congo. There would be 3 rounds of play. First round, Ghana received a bye and advanced to the second round directly. The remaining 10 teams were paired up to play knockout matches on a home and away basis. The winners would advance to the second round. Second round, the 6 teams were paired up to play knockout matches on a home and away basis. The winners would advance to the final round. Final round, the 3 teams played against each other on a home and away basis. The group winner would qualify. First round equals. The aggregate score was tied 6-6, but Sudan advanced to the second round as they scored more goals in the second match. The aggregate score was tied 2-2, and since extra time was not played in the second match, A playoff on neutral ground was played to decide who would advance to the second round. Morocco advanced to the second round, via the playoff. Tunisia advanced to the second round. Nigeria advanced to the second round. Ethiopia advanced to the second round. Second round equals. The aggregate score was tied 0-0, and a playoff on neutral ground was played to decide who would advance to the final round. Morocco advanced to the final round, by winning a coin toss. Sudan advanced to the final round. Nigeria advanced to the final round. Final round equals. Morocco qualified. Asia and Oceania. North Korea withdrew before the matches were played as they refused to play Israel. There would be 3 rounds of play. First round, Israel, New Zealand and Rhodesia received byes and advanced to the second round directly. The remaining 3 teams, Australia, Japan and South Korea, played against each other twice in South Korea. The group winner would advance to the second round. Second round, the 4 teams were divided into 2 groups of 2 teams each. The teams played against each other twice. The group winners would advance to the final round. Final round, the 2 teams played against each other on a home and away basis. The winner would qualify. First round equals. Australia advanced to the second round. Second round equals. Group 1. Australia and Rhodesia finished level on points, and a playoff was played to decide who would advance to the final round. Australia advanced to the final round. Group 2. Israel advanced to the final round. North Korea, despite their good performance in the previous tournament staged in England in 1966, refused to play in Israel. Final round equals. Israel qualified. Notes: in the African zone, aggregate score was used to determine the winners of 2-legged ties. However, different tiebreakers were used in the matches when the aggregate score was tied. Morocco was the first African team to qualify since Egypt in the 1934 World Cup. As a result of the hostile relationship between El Salvador and Honduras, and rioting during the qualification matches between them, the short-lived football war broke out between the 2 countries. Israel qualified for their only World Cup to date as an Asian team. However, soon after this, they were expelled from the Asian Football Confederation, and nowadays compete in the European zone as they are now a member of UEFA. This was the first and, to date, only time that Argentina failed to qualify for a FIFA World Cup. References. External links: FIFA World Cup official site, a Euro 1970 World Cup qualification, RSSSF, a Euro 1970 World Cup qualification.